Cindy, did you film the house and everything? Okay, this is the legendary Bob Wall. And Bob, you have a lot to say about everything. Can you say something about
all I can say is thank you, legendary Eric Lee, one of the great martial artists and my great friend. And this is a sad day for both of us because we lost one of the legends of martial arts. The great Pat Burleson passed away this morning at 3:30 California time, 5:30 his time, Texas time. And Pat, I know you're with Jesus, so I only have one thing to say. Jesus loves you, okay? But I also love you. I'm so sad. I am so sad.
I'm sorry.
But I'm happy that you're in a better place. But we lost one of the greatest martial artists of all time, up there with Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, Gene LaBelle.
He's still here.
And Jim Harrison. We lost Jim, one of the greatest martial artists ever. Best friends with Pat Burleson and me. So I'm sad to announce that we lost one of the great legends of martial arts, Pat Burleson, this morning. So we're here to honor him and his memory. And we know, because he's with Jesus, he's one of these warriors now. But Pat Burleson was simply one of the greatest martial artists of ever.
Your best friend?
He was one of my best friends without a doubt. He was wise, he was kind, he was tough, he was fun, he was funny. And as his wife, his love of his life, Talana Burleson said, oh, Pat Burleson was the love of my life. And they had two children, a boy, Chance, who was an amazing black belt, and Tasha. And I remember meeting Tasha the first time. She was like 6 or 7 years old. I picked him up at the airport, come to stay with us. Tasha jumped in her father's lap. She said, I just love my dad. I went, oh my God. She loved her father. So, Pat Burleson, the first national karate champion in American history, 1964. And he went on to win the Texas State Championships, and he did so many phenomenal things. He raised some of the greatest black belts of all time. And as you and we both knew him, he was a fabulous competitor, but he was everything that we love about a martial artist.
That's right.
Respectful, honest, integrity, kindness, toughness. He had it all. Pat Burleson was the whole package. And I'm personally suffering, but I have to let go because he's in a better place. But he fought for the last 15 years. He was 85 when he passed away this morning, October 31st, 2021. And he was just beyond amazing. Besides first national karate champion, he won everything in the world. He created tournaments. He did what we've tried to do. He benefited martial arts. He created, which we believe martial arts is one word, respect. Pat Burleson gave respect and got respect, gave him disrespect like our thing. And then you'll get back what you sent. So anyway, we're here, and thank you, Eric, for coming. Very important. Please.
Why don't you show some of the magazines that Pat was in, and then the book.
First of all, Pat Burleson was in the first 131 men and women, and in my first book, in Who's Who in the Martial Arts, 1975, and he was really an amazing guy, and incredibly gorgeous, handsome guy. Probably the biggest weakness was he was so attractive to women. He was a big burly guy, he was kind, he was tough, but he created some of the greatest black belts in the history of Earth. Besides his sons, Terry, his eldest son, and then he had a son by his love of his life, Talana Burleson, and he had a daughter, Tasha, and I love them. And he created some of the greatest black belts ever. Jim Buten, He was a champion in his own right, many championships. Phyllis Evans, Pam Watson, Billy Watson, Ron Moffat, Chuck Lovin, and Buddy Hudson. These were some of his prized black belts. What a man. If you can get in there and see, what a man. He was one of the best looking men, one of the best men. He was wise, he was kind, he was handsome, and he was tough. But he was a great friend in every way, shape, and form. He built a large chain of martial arts schools, and he was on many front covers. And this is Pat on a couple of the many covers he was on. He was really an amazing guy. As I said, he won the first national karate champs, 1964, went on to be Texas state champion and won many other championships. But more importantly, he shared his wisdom, his knowledge, his toughness, his kindness with many others, including his men and women black belts. And Eric, thank you for being here because
it's my pleasure. I know that Pat and Bruce Lee and many other people kicked the door open for many of us to follow. I remember the golden age when you were there in the 70s or late 60s. They were some of the best time we got. And we really truly honor these legends. People have paved the way, kicked the door open for many of us, you know, and so we are so humble and honored that we can do that. Go ahead and tell us more about other people that, like Bruce, that you are a friend with him and you are the main, but he might play the bad guy, but he's really a good guy. He just portrays him. So some people think just because they are playing the part doesn't mean it's the real person, it's an illusion. So tell us about it.
Pat Burleson, I met him in 1963 in Chicago at the World Championships, the first one. And then I went on to watch him win the first national championships in America in 1964. And he was so tough, you know, but I was a brown belt, he was a black belt. And so he and the late, great Jim Harrison were my first two heroes. They were amazingly tough, but equally amazingly kind. And so we developed a relationship over the years. And the great Ed Daniels, you know, from Texas, one of the most amazing black belts, a Texas cop. The four of us became really close friends. And we developed our relationship over the years. But Pat Burleson became so close to me, my heart is breaking now. Because I can only be happy because he's joined Jesus' Warrior Club and he's out of pain. He fought cancer for 15 years. And I think Jesus finally said, you know what? You beat the heck out of the devil. You stop beating the devil. You come up with me. And so I think that's the only reason that God took him. He was an amazing man, Christian, tough, kind, handsome, and a really good human being. And I am so thankful, like you, I'm sure, to be his friend. And thank you for being here to honor the great J. Pat Burleson.
I'm really honored to be here with Bob. Bob has done a lot to the martial arts, and I'm really honored to be his friend. So I'm going to sing a song, and those of you folks out there, if you don't know the word, hum it anyway. So this is for everybody, okay? And I'm going to.
This is great, Eric. Thank you. This is so appropriate for a Christian man, warrior, amazing, terrific, great father, 2 boys, 2 girls, Terry, his eldest son, and then he, of course, with his love of his life, Pat Burleson, and he had a son.